It's time to get on up with Jam and Renee. And here's your hosts, James Arthur M. and Renee Culver.
Well. Good morning, everyone. This is Renee Culver.
Hello.
And that is my guest star co-host for the day, Sarah. Welcome, Sarah.
Hello. Hold on.
Have
Let me
you?
put on my little.
Sure,
Okay, there we go.
Up
Okay,
there.
here.
There
Hello,
she
your
is.
resident nerd.
So, over the moon to have you here. Now, listen, we love Jam. We're all devastated. We're all in mourning.
Devastated. We are mourning. Yes.
He is not here, but I think if anyone were to replace him, it is you. This is a gift for me. I'm so excited to have you. I have been given Jam's lines, and I will now read them. And this is like an audition, and you can tell me, oh no, that's the reason Jam got the part, or you qualify as an understudy.
Okay.
You let me know.
Great.
So
you got the part.
Whoa, this is so exciting. Okay. Over the moon to hear it. So I think so he knows how. Good morning, everyone. You are here live with us on Backchannel, the only place on your Echo device where you can watch, listen to live shows, and catch up with hosts in real time. This is Get On Up. I'm insert your name here, and you can catch me and /us live every weekday, Monday through Friday, Pacific Standard Time, Eastern Standard Time. I think I'm supposed to enter the times in there. 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but it's not a p.m., it's an a.m. Did I get the part? Is that
you got the part? Yeah, you got the lead. You got the part. We'll pay you $1 billion. Leading role. You and Tugboat, dream team.
I love it. I think it's quite evident why we all need Jam here. But you guys, you're in very, very, very good hands with Sarah, and we have such a dream team here today.
Yeah.
Sarah, would you like to do the honors and let us know who we've got in the chat today?
I would love to. We have Stacy says, Sarah, you're silly. Thank you, Stacy. We have Texas from Texas.
That's what you want. What you want. Keep things organized.
Exactly. We have London with a Y. Love it. I love the fanciness of it. We have hello from Washington. The creativity is amazing. We have Elizabeth from Florida. Hello. Stacy, of course, the regulars, the OGs.
Yes.
We have Alexei from New Jersey. Shout out to my, neighboring state.
I love it.
Abrupt anteater. So they're an anteater, but they're abrupt about it.
They're
Got it. Yeah, exactly. We got Steve from Indiana. Obsessed, love it. We have No Name. Yes, a classic. And we have Kong Hale from Texas. And I would just like to shout out that Kung Hale and Stacy are subscribers. So thank you for subscribing.
This is the most exciting thing that I ever did see. And this is a true dream team. Okay. Now, Stacy, you're letting us know. I can't stay for long, Sarah and Renee. I have a gathering at 10. Okay.
Ooh.
So we get you for about an hour, which is devastating. But it's something we can work with. So long as, Stacy, do you promise me that you will be back tomorrow? Can we get you tomorrow? That's it. I think we can allow, I can't be here the whole time, so long as you come back at some point.
Yeah.
That is all that we ask. Now, I think if you were new to the show, you're just like, well, how are you seeing what Stacy has to say? I would love to tell you. How do you get involved in the show, you ask? Easy. You simply send a chat. You ask us your questions. You chime in with whatever we're talking about or anything else you want to say. And if you can see me right now, you're watching our Echo show on. So this is how it sort of works out. So if you can see me, you're on the Echo show or the Fire TV. And you say the magic words, T-Rex A.
Wow.
T-Rex A, say hello. So you say your name, and then you say what you want to say. Easy.
Wow.
Oh, that's easy.
That's
and that
so
way we got
easy.
it. So I would say, Renee is a little confused how this works. And then it would show up, and I'd be like, Renee, don't worry. We got you. That's how that works. Easy
And I would
peasy.
be like, Sarah is also slightly confused, but excited about it. But
Right,
excited.
right. But
And I'd come up
excited.
with a crazy name.
Exactly, because learning is growing, and this is exactly what we
Exactly.
need.
We're
Thank you so
growing. Never
much.
stop growing. Never
Yes,
stop stopping.
precisely, precisely.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got it figured out of if you wanna
Mhm.
participate and you're watching on an Echo Show or a Fire TV, we've got it figured out how we do it. Now, if you're listening on an Echo speaker and you can't see me,
Ooh.
here's what you
What
do.
do they
You go to
do?
backchannel.tv and you click join the chat. Once again, that's Backchannel TV. I'm
Mhm.
going to spell it for you because I am a terrible speller. You're not. I am.
Same.
BACKCHANNEL dot TV, Backchannel TV. And then you just join the chat and then we'll get you and we get to see everything you want to say.
Yeah, exactly. Chat with us. Renee's way cooler than me. I'm like,
Mm.
I'm just here for the ride.
You are delightful in every way, shape, or form. And I do think that
Mhm.
this is getting fancy.
It
Back
is.
channel is getting real fancy. So you original members of this will get to watch the evolution of like, do you remember when there started to be options? You had an option for if you're watching, an option if you're listening. Back channel.
What is this? Is this fancy hour?
Thank you, thank you. It is reminiscent for me, it is
Mhm.
reminiscent of back when we were in school, junior high, high school,
Okay.
and you would have that summer break, and then
Okay.
someone, maybe yourself, maybe someone
Yeah.
else, would come back in a way that you're just like, "Whoa, well, someone got a glow up." This is putting
Ooh.
you on the spot, but did
Uh-huh.
you or anyone you know have a pretty impressive transformation over the summer?
Um,
This is
do
a
you
tall
wanna
order to ask.
see what I used to look like?
Yes. Yes, Sarah, of course I do. Always, yes. Mhm.
So this is circa 2000, let's see,
Okay.
2012,
Ooh,
everybody.
oh,
I have a
okay.
mohawk now. It is, up, up,
Uh-oh.
up,
Oh,
up,
here she
up.
goes. Here she
Oh,
goes. She's
no.
finding it. She's
Oh, no.
finding it.
She found it. She found it again. Okay,
I love
kids.
it. Okay. We got
Let me
it. Oh,
see.
oh my. Whoa, look at that. Sarah. Now, listen, you're stunning any way you slice it. Any way you slice it, but that is a transformation. I love it.
What
I
about
really
you?
love it.
What about you,
Oh,
Renee?
sure. Now, I don't
Yeah.
have photographic evidence to prove such a
Okay.
thing, but I had a summer, and again, get on uppers, letting us know, Mirror Man, hello, we're so excited to have you. And
Woo!
Andra, what a team you got. We're talking about, so Back Channel is having a little bit of a glow up. We've got options right and left. You guys are here on the ground floor of it. We're so excited to have you. We're wondering if during the summer, back when you were in school, you or
Mhm.
someone you know had a pretty big transformation. And I am telling you about the time where I got a hold of a product called Sun In, which is basically bleach they put in a spray bottle for your hair.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
I,
how'd it go, Renee? How'd it
well,
go?
and I think Jam was first to tell you that multitasking does not work, but that
Mhm.
information hadn't come to me just yet.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
12-year-old Renee was like,
Mhm.
well, I'd love to use this, and I'd love to go to the water park. So she
Ooh,
spritzed, and the spritz was
okay.
taking too long, so she doused,
Mhm.
and then she put herself in chlorine, and she entered 7th grade with the brassiest, greenest hair you ever did
Yes.
see.
Yes,
Oh, you
she
ever did
did.
see.
Yes,
The
she did.
exact opposite of what Back Channel is doing right now is they are getting better, and I was like, "Well, she's made some mistakes. It's
Yeah,
fine.
but now you're
It's fine."
gorgeous. Now you're super hot,
Thank
platonic way,
thank you,
just
thank you, the kindest
respectfully.
and the nicest. Sure, exactly. I think that's still a nice thing. I think people still like to hear that they look nice, but
Yeah.
we'll just put a few parameters
Yeah, oh
around
yeah,
it.
parentheses always.
I love it.
Oh man.
And yes, go ahead.
Sorry. Sunin was
Yes.
the hair product of my choice.
Mm,
And Renee
mm,
has lovely light red hair, and I have black hair. So it turned my roots orange, and I just looked
oof,
like,
sure.
an Oompa
Yeah.
Loompa
Yes, they
exploded
don't
on
tell you
my
that on
face.
the bottle. They don't
No,
say
they
results
don't.
will likely be Oompa Loompa-ish.
Yeah, they'll
They
vary.
should.
Results will definitely
I guess that's
I
all encompassing.
I am curious if any of the Get On Uppers ever used Sun-In, because that was very big in the
Yeah,
early 2000s, and I
yeah.
feel
Oh,
like all
absolutely.
my friends would use it. We would spray it like you
Mhm.
did,
Look,
douse. It
yeah,
was that and lemons. We
yeah,
would
of
all
course.
put, lemon juice in our hair,
Right.
and now will never dye my hair again, so
Which works, which actually yeah, exactly, never again. I will not do it.
never
You cannot
again.
make me. No, thank
Yeah,
you. And Stacey,
exactly.
you're saying, I said oh, okay. Oh, you're correcting yourself. Okay, so it seems like, Sarah, you are not able to see the photo. I get it, but Stacey's sister dyed, their hair light pink, which makes yeah, a little light pink. I
Ooh.
bet that looked great. I
I
bet that looked
love a
pretty
light
fantastic.
pink. Ooh, somebody
Possibly.
else just joined.
Who? Yes,
Outstanding zebra. Ooh,
good one. That's a good one.
that's a
It
really good one.
it
Okay.
is.
I'm writing
It
this all down.
yeah. And what the thing that's interesting about zebras is you would think like, "Oh, yeah, duh, we know. We know you're
Mhm.
outstanding, of course," but it is nice to
Exactly.
spell it out. I'm an outstanding
Exactly.
zebra. I
Mhm.
really and Jam is right that it is nice to know your actual names, but hi, outstanding zebra, but I don't like the adjective animal. I think it's fun. I think it's exciting. It's fun
Right?
to see. Love it, love it,
Mhm.
love it.
Great DJ names for the future,
Thank you.
right?
Now I wonder
Exactly. Yeah.
I hope Backchannel is using this multi-purposefully, and that not
Mhm.
only is it we can give you a Backchannel name, it's also we can give you a DJ name.
Exactly.
They
I
should
wanna be
um,
Mirror Man the DJ, like,
yes, please. Yes, please.
right?
That's all I ever wanted.
It is.
Mirror everybody loves you, and right back at you. Everyone loves you. Now, I
Mhm.
gotta tell you, sweet, sweet Get On Uppers, though the wheels have come off this train, it is, just me and Sarah. We're still pushing it along.
We're
We got
still
a
pushing
plan.
it. Yeah,
We got a
exactly.
plan.
Is it time for morning jam? Because that
I
rhymes with plan?
think it should yes, 100% should be. I also feel like maybe we should let the little sweeties know what they're getting themselves into today.
Exactly. Yes, I would
Do you want to do the honors? Let them know what's coming up in the next 2 hours?
I would love to. So today, kids, I'll be here as a little sub, and we're
Yes,
gonna
yes, yes.
start off
Perfect.
the day with a morning jam, your anthem that's got you going, that's got you dancing and shaking and grooving and all the INGs. Then we're gonna go to Stacy's favorite and my personal favorite, Celebrity
Yeah.
Birthdays quiz. I will be the quiz master because I made the quiz, so it wouldn't
Yeah.
really be fair, if I already know all the
Yes,
answers.
please. Yes, please. Thank
Exactly.
you.
Made them extra easy for Renee, so you'll
God
get
bless
like
you.
a
Thank you.
100%.
Kind.
And then because it is 420, the
Yes.
holiday of cannabis, I will actually be taking a more serious note about
Yes.
it and talking about the medicinal uses and how it can actually be used to help people. And not
Love
everybody uses it to have some sort of psychedelic experience. So
I
we'll keep it a
love
little
this.
more PG because this
Great.
is the morning show and, for the
Perfect.
children. And
Perfect.
then we're going into the news with a
Mhm.
well, what do you think about this? Which is always a fan favorite. And then, and I believe Renee, you used to live in New York, yes? That
I
is
did.
that is a
Yes.
thing. So
Yes.
we're gonna
So
have a
mhm.
former New Yorker and a current New Yorker talking about what would you do situations, New York City style, and I'm gonna be honest, most of mine
Right.
are about the subway, so we're all gonna
Subway's tricky.
go for a
Subway's
ride.
a tricky, tricky
We're
place.
all going for a ride. And then one of my favorite segments, Wednesday Wisdom. What are you watching? Uh, most of my wisdom comes from James, so
I love
that'll
that. So
be
that's a little hint that maybe
that's a
we'll have
little
a
hint that
jam
yeah,
quote on the
he'll be
horizon.
making an appearance. Surprise, yeah.
I'd honestly, a
I
couple
don't
we'd
have a
all love it.
picture of him that I can just show and like
Yeah. It's so true, it's so true, and listen, so many, wonderful friends have joined the chat. We've got Sandy, we've
ooh.
got Deeply Catfish, Andra is back. This is quite a good team. Mirror Man, boo boo. Did you fall down and hurt yourself? Is that an early Halloween? Are we trying to scare me?
Ooh.
Boo boo. Is that a Yogi Berra reference?
Ooh.
I have follow-up questions, so just let me know.
Hmm.
It's great.
Yeah,
I love it. I
exactly.
wanna work with it. Just
Hmm.
curious what it means. That's
My
all.
next question is, who is Yogi Berra? And is that
You know what?
a
And I am probably getting that right
okay?
in a way that is wrong. So
Great.
in my brain, there is
Uh-huh.
a animated bear, I think just named
Okay.
Yogi Bear.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
his
yeah. I thought that's what you were
catch
talking about.
phrase is "Hey boo boo, hey boo boo." I
Ooh,
think, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I can't we'll have to
amazing.
look it up. We'll have
All
to
right,
check
I'll look it up.
it out. Oh, I see, I see, I see. Okay, Mirror Man. It's about marijuana. Yep, I get it. That makes perfect sense. I
Oh.
get it. Um,
Ooh.
I see. Stacy, this is the kindest and the nicest. So Stacy is also in Texas. The reason Jam isn't here today is because he is going to Austin, Texas. If you're there, keep an eye out
Mhm.
to get an autograph. And Stacy has created a video for Jam to watch to welcome him to Texas.
Oh,
Stacy, that is so
Stacy.
he will cry. He will
Yeah.
be so excited to hear such a thing. I love
Mhm.
okay, yeah, we'll pass the word along. That is incredibly kind. I've
Well,
never seen Jam cry, but I think this might do it. I think
there
this might.
is speaking of crying,
Yes, let's hear it.
as you know, because
Yes.
your podcast is ending, we're
True.
the last episode of Minority Corner will be
Yeah.
released at midnight tomorrow. I'm sure Jam will have a whole update on all of this on Friday, but I'm editing it as
Mhm.
we speak. There
Ugh,
are a lot of tears.
yeah.
Yeah, so
How's that to edit? I would bet that like, you have to do it in sort of, like, installments because it's just a
mhm.
lot. It's a lot to
It's a
unpack.
lot.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for the Get On Uppers who don't know, I edit James' podcast, Minority Corner, and I have been doing so for over a year,
Mhm.
and I'm really gonna miss it. It's a great show. Uh, it's changed me a lot. Definitely. James is
Uh,
like the best boss ever.
yeah.
He's a
He's pretty
great
great.
leader.
He's
Yeah. This is now just a show about us thirsting over
yeah,
James.
exactly. It's
So
just a
we're just
James
gonna be like,
conversation
oh
show.
my
Yeah.
god. Yeah. It
As it
it's
should be.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's a little I'm sure you have a lot of feelings as well
Oh my
about
gosh,
Can I Pet
so
Your Dog?
many. I
Yeah.
am, the type of pal who will
Mhm.
not process things quickly. So
Exactly.
I will kinda go through it, in a very somber way. I'm just like, "Oh, yeah, no, it was a good run, and that was fine, and things come to an end." And then about a month, I'll just be like, "Good." I'll let it sink in, but it just takes me a bit. It takes me a beat
Exactly.
to let it
We'll
properly sink
start
in.
another podcast. We'll call
Yes.
it Can I Pet Your Cat or something or Lizard and just
Perfect. And we'll all be
great.
fine, and it will be
Exactly.
fantastic. I do think something that could sort of uplift our mood is to talk
Yeah.
about our jam of the day, songs that we are listening to get us through the week. Get on uppers, we also wanna hear what songs now this can be, like, to get you through the week. I
Uh-huh.
also would love for our get on uppers to let me know, like, what just in general, what songs are out there that I need to start checking out 'cause I always like to find a new song. It's fun for me.
Mhm. Oh, yeah,
I
I'll
like
give you
to
a playlist.
yes, please. I'd love nothing more. Sarah, what's so
Mhm.
funny is my jam this morning is for you. Like I was like, I get to play with my friend Sarah today. But for some
Ah!
reason, in my head, friend is the
Uh-huh.
only thing that my brain like sort of inputted. And so I have You'll Never Have a Friend Like Me from Aladdin, the genie song, in my head as a tribute to you. In my world, you were singing it to me. I'm just like, you'll never have a friend like me. I'm gonna
Yeah,
carry you on
exactly.
through these next 2
Exactly.
days.
Mhm. And
Are
it's weird that we've never met in person before.
It's bizarre. I
I
know.
know, it's
It's
so
so
bizarre.
crazy.
James and I have met in person once,
Isn't that
which is
wild?
crazy.
Yeah.
One day, one day,
The
one day.
wildest thing. It is
Yeah.
to be fair, I haven't seen Jam in person since 2016. I think it's been like 7 years since we've seen each other, and
Wow.
we've also only seen each other once. It's just a virtual friendship that we have on our
So,
hands.
is that your jam of the day? The
Yes, so You'll
Aladdin
Never Have a Friend
ooh.
Like Me from
Mhm,
Aladdin, as a tribute to Sarah, and are you an Aladdin pal of the Disney canon? Where does
mhm.
Aladdin sit with you? Fine.
Ooh. Well, Mulan is like my Beyonce. Like,
Yes. Okay.
Mulan is like and then Aladdin ooh, Aladdin's maybe like number 3 or 4.
Okay. Yeah.
I think
As
yeah,
long as
yeah,
it's
yeah.
within top 4, I can work with that. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, ve oh. great movie. Um, very magical. Love it.
I love it.
Love it.
Oh,
Love
yeah, okay.
Jasmine.
Yeah, truly the best. So the best way that you can go to the video is to go to your YouTube channel. Okay, Stacey, we will
Okay,
absolutely check it out.
great.
And for around 20 hours and then okay, this is great. Stacey, this is all very good information. Thank you
I
so
know, I'm
much.
writing it down.
Make a
Amazing.
note. Making a
Make
note.
a note.
Now,
Make a
Sarah,
note. Yeah.
what is your jam of the day?
Ooh, I have a lot of jams.
Okay.
Uh,
I want to hear it. I want to hear every last one
I
of
know.
them.
First jam of the day. Let's see. Anne Marie. Uh-oh, love that song. Love
Amazing.
jamming
Mm,
to it.
mm.
And have you seen the movie Soul? Just keeping with the
Yes, I
Disney
have.
theme.
Yeah, I
Uh,
have.
John Baptiste and Cece do a cover of "It's Alright," and I've just
Uh,
been listening to that because it's very, chill, can walk around and just
100%
be
stealing
like,
that. Yeah,
right?
that
Yeah.
sounds incredible. Okay, yes.
Mhm,
Fully stealing that. I will be adding that to my playlist
mhm.
immediately. I don't and I guess I suppose I can go both ways, but if you got vocal chops and you're giving me harmonies, I can work with a cover. I love it. It's
Oh,
great. Every
yeah.
now and again, you're like, "That's not who sang it. Yes,
Mm-mm.
you doing it wrong." But if you make it
Yeah.
pretty, I love it.
Yeah, I think, covers are really, really hard, especially,
Mhm.
like, iconic songs, and
Right.
I think a good cover pays homage to the song, but gives it a
Yeah.
new little twist, little
Yeah.
twisty twists, and, yeah, it's very difficult to do, but I think I love John Baptiste. I mean, he
But
just
they do
won,
it
like, a
right.
million Grammys and, like,
Yeah.
he
And
yeah.
you were the one who told me, speaking of New York later, that he's gonna be in The Color Purple. Is that in the movie? The
Yeah, yeah,
Broadway?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah, he's gonna be in it. He's gonna be in, like, the remake or whatever of,
Mm,
because they did the musical, which I never
right.
got to see on Broadway, but
Mm,
hold on,
me neither.
I'm adjusting. We're adjusting, kids. Okay,
Yep.
okay. Yep, here we go. I know.
I love it.
Backchannel gave me this great setup and this curtain, it was
Yes.
in the budget today.
Well,
So
excuse-moi.
I know, right? What fancy. Yeah, because he's on, the Colbert Show, the Stephen Colbert Show. He's like the band leader of that.
That's
So
y
that's what he's
right.
been doing, and then he wrote all the music for Soul.
Just
And,
blew it
like,
from that. That's amazing.
I know,
That's
he's
okay.
oh, yeah, he's
What
great.
a talented okay, yes, I need to do a John Baptiste deep dive. Familiar with him, but need to learn.
Oh, I'll send you a playlist. That I'm making
Okay.
a note.
Yes,
As
please.
James would say, "Sarah,
Sure.
make a note."
There,
We're
make a note.
making a I've already made, like,
Delightful.
12 notes. It's
I
fine.
love it. Well, I'm very grateful to you. And
Yeah.
Mirman is saying, I mean, to say you can never go wrong with a Disney movie, whenever I wanna listen to a good song, I listen to this. Yeah,
What's
Mirman,
this?
I agree
Oh,
that, is when you're talking about Disney movies, you're kinda right. It's the great songs. They got great
mhm.
songs.
They
When you're right,
really
you're right.
do. I mean, Toy Story, come on.
Yes, absolutely.
Making a
And then
note.
Stacey, a little bit ago, was letting
Ooh,
you know
yeah?
that once we get to celebrity birthdays, and maybe we're
Okay.
there, maybe we're not, is available to be your correct dinging bell. So when it is right,
Oh,
Stacey
thank you,
Taylor will be like,
Stacey.
"Ding."
Okay.
That is correct. Okay. We
Okay.
love it, we love it.
I
Now, Sarah,
love
does
it.
that mean that we might be ready? Are we
Does
ready?
that mean is it
Mhm.
time for the first time ever
I
coming to
think.
you live?
Happy
Happy birthday,
birthday, celebrities.
celebrities. Happy
Happy birthday,
birthday, celebrities.
celebrities. And this is why we need jam. You were fantastic. You were fantastic. Well, yes, it is time for celebrity birthdays, as Jam famously says.
Mhm,
Celebrities, they have birthdays just like us, just like us. And Sarah will
exactly.
be our quiz extra. Now, can you work with Queen? Where are you with the royalty? What do you prefer to be called for the
Ooh,
intro? Uh-oh.
master. No. Oh, you
I
can call me whatever. Just say
just whatever. Okay.
the
Well, I
person.
guess the celebrity CEO will now be presenting the celebrity birthdays that we have today. And I can't quite recall. Did we get caught up from yesterday? Do we still have a few from yesterday that we need to grab? Or are these all today?
We do have a few from yesterday that we need
Okay.
to grab. My computer
Okay.
just opened my FaceTime for some reason,
Oh,
so
sure. Of
we're
course. Why
just
wouldn't it?
gonna
That's how
yeah,
that goes.
exactly. All right,
And Mirror
well
Man is yep, all right, ready.
oh,
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 sorry.
oh,
Oh,
oh.
oh,
Yep, perfect. You're nailing it. You're
oh,
nailing it. Mirror Man did say that
nailing
they
it.
like watch Beds and Broomsticks, which is the movie. Yeah, Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. Is that what's right? I
Ooh.
think thought it was great.
Yeah.
And then
All
okay,
right.
still have a
So
few
this
minutes.
is
Okay.
Hayden Christensen.
Okay. Hello, Hayden Christensen.
Yes.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, happy birthday to him, right? Just a lovely
Yes.
looking person. Uh, his birthday was yesterday, and
Okay.
he is 41, which is crazy
Okay.
because oh, wait, hold on. I don't want to give away the
Okay.
question. Oh,
Yeah.
because he was in Star Wars, and when he
Yes.
started, he was like 12, like a
Just a
fetus,
baby. Just
just
a
a
little
little baby,
babe.
just like a
Okay.
little tiny baby. So, like, it's insane. Uh,
Right.
so my question to you is,
Yes.
who did he become in Star Wars?
Sure. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. 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 Yep.
exactly.
Yep. Now I
Renee's
know
seen
that
all of
you
them. Biggest Star
specifically made
Wars
this
fan.
very easy on me, and yet the thing that I would have gotten right is what movie have you heard go with the name Hayden Christensen? And I would have said, I think it's Star Wars.
Yeah, ding
But
ding.
luckily
You're
for
right.
me, I have got the very best get on uppers in all the land. Tim is here.
Yay, Tim!
Prince. Tim is saying Darth Vader, and Tim is
Ooh.
famously known as always right Tim. So
Hmm.
I feel like Tim has saved the day with
He has
the answer.
saved the
And
day.
Mirror Man. Mirror Man is saying also me. Also me. I also think Darth Vader. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mirror Man and Tim. I don't know what I'd do without you. Sarah, the answer is Darth Vader.
Ding ding ding. Oh my
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
God.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
my God. All
Happy to
right.
hear it. Okay.
Love it. Next we have
Yes.
Kate
Well,
Hudson.
oh, Kate.
She
We
is
love her.
43. Okay.
Look at that. I'm telling you, it has been humbling to see all the childhood stars that I grew up with hear their ages. It's
Yeah,
difficult. It's difficult, but
aging.
it's fine. Hmm?
Aging. Humbling. Uh so I do have this, it might be too easy, I don't know, but
Okay,
she
let's
is
try
the
it.
daughter of this famous couple.
Mm, I love it. I
Uh
love it. I love it. I love it.
a
Okay.
hint, they were
Yes.
in the movie Overboard together.
Yes, I love it. Now this one, it's so funny with quizzes like this. It's either you know it or you don't. It's very
Mhm.
bizarre how there are very few things that eventually get to. It's just
Mhm.
well, you know it or you don't. So
Mhm.
this one I got. Oh, and Stacy's ready. Stacy's ready with ding ding ding. If I do get it right, yeah.
Yeah.
Tim got it. Tim nailed it.
What did Tim
Fantastic.
say? What did Tim
Tim
say?
even gave a bonus thing of like, Tim would like to tell you who the mom is and who her stepdad is. The mom is Goldie Hawn. Dad is Kurt Russell, who were both in Overboard, which was the movie
Yup.
you were talking about.
Love
Incredible.
it. Love
I love
it.
it.
All
I
right.
love it. Oh,
Now,
and Stacy has said, ding, ding, ding. That answer is correct. Great.
we
Thank
love
you,
it.
guys.
We
All right.
love to hear it. All right. Now, this guy.
This guy.
Who is he?
Well, this guy.
This guy. James Franco.
And the very one.
Oh God. I used to have such a crush on him. I was like, oh my
Sure.
God, he's so hot.
I think
I
everyone
don't
did.
think.
Yeah.
Really?
That's faded.
Oh. I thought I was
Right.
the only one. I thought it was just weird.
Oh, well, yeah, yeah. Gosh, isn't that funny? I am not among the crushers, but I
Uh-huh.
do think that that is popular for people to be like, ooh,
Oh. I
uh,
mean, in this
this
picture, not hot.
fair, completely fair.
No.
I
In
love it.
this
I was
picture,
about to say what all has he been in, but I bet that's part of the quiz, and you will tell me momentarily.
Uh, it isn't part of the question, but he was in
Okay.
Pineapple Express.
Yes, I
He was
recall
in
something.
the movie The Artist.
Okay,
If
great.
you remember, it was like a remake of this movie called The Artist that was like really, really bad, and
Okay.
he like made a movie about the making of it. It was him and his brother, and I think Seth Rogen was in it too. It
Right.
was like it won the Oscar and like
Right.
something like that. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's fair. Love
But
it.
he
Wait, was
went,
it the artist? Was it The Room? Is that the?
yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. The
Yeah. I
artist, The
remember. Yeah.
Room, and then the question though is, he
Mhm.
went to this school
Oh boy.
while acting, while still having a very famous acting career. He went to this New
Okay.
York school.
All right. Okay. Get on uppers. Here we go. Here we go. Let's figure
Mhm.
out what school James Franco went to. In New York. Okay, so New York is helpful because I think one of the first things he did was Freaks and Geeks, which I think filmed in Los Angeles, but it's
Yeah.
in New York.
Oh my gosh,
So
I forgot about that.
I know, I know. Ooh, I like that, Tim. Was it Columbia? I like Columbia. I was gonna go with Juilliard just because that's classic, like
Yeah,
where
yeah.
actors go to school, but I think you might be right with Columbia. And Tim, you are always right. So I need to factor that in to the thing. Yes. Tim and I would like to say Columbia, correct?
Wrong. The answer is
Okay.
NYU.
NYU. All
Place
right.
of
Nope.
Lady Gaga too, as well. She
Oh,
also
the
went
stars
there.
are pouring out of that school.
Well, this is also a good little like mantra, some good little advice, because while he was going to school there, a lot of people back in the day on like Facebook and stuff would say,
Right.
James Franco is acting in all these movies. He's going to school full time. He has like a 3.8 GPA. Like, what are you doing? Like,
Sure.
and I just want to
Sure.
remind everyone that James
Mhm.
Franco, even though, yes, he did go to school full time, he also had a lot of money and a lot of help.
Yeah.
And he was James Franco, very, very
Thank
famous. So,
you.
like,
Thank you. And also, what did he go to school for? Lovingly, as someone who majored in musical theater, I'm happy to say this. Was it acting? Because that ain't that hard.
yeah,
It's pretty easy to
exactly.
do that. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly, James Franco. What do you
Take
know?
take you
Anyways,
down, James Franco. Yeah.
the roast of James Franco, highly recommend.
Okay, we'll
Um,
check it out.
yeah,
Love
check it
it, love
out,
it.
Jake.
Happy birthday. It is. I get a numbers. I hope you find this as funny as I do, but the fact that we use the opportunity of their birthday to
Uh-huh.
just dunk on these celebrities, and
Mhm.
it warms my heart. So
Oh, yeah. Well, his birthday was yesterday, so it's okay.
sure.
But
Okay.
now
I
we
love it. And
have
ding, ding, ding.
this.
Oh boy. Okay.
I mean, do we
Got it.
even need to ask a question, or should we just all say our favorite things about
Iconic.
Jessica Lange?
Iconic.
I
Yes.
mean, oh God. Oh, okay. So, favorite American Horror Story character?
Sure. Yes. Hands down.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm
I
sorry.
was
You
so
go.
excited. I was like, Renee's gonna know this.
She's
Nope.
gonna get it. She's gonna get it. I just can't express enough how fragile I am. I can't watch scary things if even the word horror is
Oh,
in it. I run for the hills, but luckily I have incredible get on numbers. Jessica
uh-huh.
Lange was Jessica Lange in Birds? Is that how I know her?
No,
The Birds?
that
No. Who
was
was
oh, wait, hold on, I'm
like
Googling it.
Pippin,
We're
right?
Googling
Yeah.
it. We're Googling Whois and Birds because it
There you go.
is somebody who looks like her.
Star of Birds. Uh, let's see. Let's see. Now,
Birds,
listen. The
1960.
yes, 1963. Tippy Hedren, I think, might have been it. Does that
Oh,
sound right?
yeah, 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 Tippi
You're
Hedren.
looking
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah. Jessica
Jessica Lange.
Tandy.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
'Cause yeah. Oh, Jessica
Okay.
Lange, love
Jessica
her.
Lange is Tootsie? Is that more right? Am I getting closer? Was she in
One
Okay.
moment, one
You know what?
moment.
We'll focus on yes, Tim, thank you. Yes, Tippy Hedren is who I was thinking of. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes,
I
yes, yes,
appreciate
yes.
it.
Jessica
And
Lange was in King
mhm.
Kong.
Okay.
And Tootsie. You're right. She was in Tootsie.
Gotcha. Okay. I love it.
And
I love it.
she was in that show, The Feud.
Oh boy.
Did you
Oh
watch
boy.
that?
Incredible. I
I didn't watch it either.
definitely watched one because at that point, I can't remember which network it was on, but I like watched it at a friend. I watched the pilot at a friend's house and I was like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. But then I didn't have it
Yeah.
access to it in my house.
Mhm.
But then I bet that'd be a fun rewatch. I bet we
Oh,
should go back
yeah.
and find that. But your
Ooh.
question is, what American Horror Story character is Jessica Lange? Is
Well,
that
my
the
actual question
yeah.
is, where did she live in American Horror Story season
Okay.
1?
Okay.
Oh, I thought I made easy questions. Oh,
I'm
well.
sure you did. Again, it's just, are you familiar with this or are you not? And I
Mhm.
just didn't watch American Horror Story, but
Yeah.
luckily I have incredible get on uppers who will know it. Sweet,
Mhm.
sweet get on uppers. Did you watch American Horror Story, specifically the very first season? And do you remember where the character played by Jessica Lange lived? Gosh, can I even like try to think back to the marketing of that when it first came out? Is it, well, maybe we can narrow it down. Is it a metropolitan city?
No.
No. Okay, well, that
No.
is definitely okay. She lived next door to the murder house, as I recall, Tennessee. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah!
Tim knows,
Oh,
Tim knows, Tim knows. Yes.
don't listen to me
Yeah.
because it takes place in LA, because you
Oh,
see a
great.
lot of, like, the tour buses going. I think they do that in LA, the little,
Perfect.
like,
Oh, they sure do.
"This
They
is
most
where
certainly do.
celebrity lives, let's stalk
Yeah.
people." Great.
Okay.
Okay.
Stacy gave a ding,
Amazing.
ding, ding. So the answer is LA next to the murder house.
Next to the
Okay,
murder house. Oh,
great.
best season ever. I'm
Love it.
very into scary movies
Okay.
and, you know.
What's nice about our friendship is that together we've got a lot of coverage of topics.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
just not a ton of overcross because I'm French.
Well, maybe you'll get this next one
Okay, let's see.
because
Let's
who
see.
do I wa Oh,
Uh-oh. Who do we got? Who do we got? Okay.
oh,
Well,
Joey
well, well, well.
Lawrence.
Excuse moi, did not recognize him. Okay, that's Joey
Me
Lawrence. Got
either,
it.
me
Okay,
either.
got it.
Didn't recognize him, honestly, like, uh, so he is 46. I can't believe that. When I
That
started
is
watching him on TV, he was, like,
yeah,
15.
at least. Yeah,
At
just
least
a
15,
puppy.
like a
Yeah,
little puppy. He is an
yeah,
actor, for those of you who don't know.
right.
I will say the question and then we can discuss, but
Okay.
he was in this show with his brothers
Ooh,
on the
yes.
Disney Channel.
Yes.
Do you know the name of that show?
Possibly. Let's see.
Mhm.
First, Stacy has provided some feedback. In actuality, you didn't make easy questions. So
I'm
they were tough
sorry.
ones, like
I'm
real tough.
sorry.
Stacy, yeah.
I should just be like, "Who is this person?"
Stacy, that's a good joke. That
I
was good.
know,
And even then
I
I would
know.
have been like, I don't know, is that a soap
I
star?
don't
I
know.
don't
Is
know.
that
Okay. So yeah, so he was here, let's go through it together.
okay?
Team, let's see what we can do. So I know him from the TV show Blossom, where he played
Mhm.
Blossom's brother. His
Yeah.
catchphrase was "Yo." Is that
Yeah,
right?
it was like,
Yo. Oh, whoa.
"Oh,
Whoa.
whoa!"
And then that okay, so the Lawrence brothers seems too easy. What was the show he did with his brothers after that? Do you guys remember the name of that show? I don't remember the name of
Brothers
the
is a
show.
hint.
Brothers is a hint, okay.
Brothers is a hint.
Brotherly Love?
Yeah!
Okay,
Yeah, it was on
okay.
ABC Family or something.
This sounds about right. Okay,
Mhm.
this seems,
Yeah.
Big Brother. Stacey, that is such a good that's such a good guess. So good.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brotherly Love. Oh, that's
Yeah,
cute.
but
That's a cute little name.
he was on Blossom though, yeah, with, Maya Malik, right?
Yes. Love it, love it.
Love it.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you so much. Tim, isn't it? Oh, yeah, not you, because you're an encyclopedia, or the internet, as the kids say. But it's like the things that are like locked in the very back of your brain that like for me, I am always fascinated by the stuff I don't know and the stuff I know, but my brain didn't run it by me before it came out of my mouth. It's very
Exactly.
weird.
Uh-huh.
Brains are weird. Yep.
Brains are weird.
Yep.
We have one more.
Yes.
One
I'm
more
ready.
person. Oh,
Mhm.
well, we technically have 2 more, but I wanna save one of them for Friday when James is back because I think
Aw,
he'll
that's
have a
thoughtful.
really good he needs
I'll be
to I
excited about it.
would like him to do that.
He'll
So
need a treat. Okay.
this is Andy Serkis.
Mhm.
Yes,
Love
little
it. Yes,
cutie. Uh,
buddy. He is cute.
he is a little cutie. He is 58. Doesn't look a
Happy
day
birthday.
over 20.
Dandy Circus sure does not. Nope.
Sure does not. Um, well, if James were here, James would say he was
Yes.
in Black Panther as one of like the
Yes.
guys stealing from the museum, but he was
Yeah.
also in this very big classic
Mhm.
sci-fi trilogy directed by Peter Jackson about
Yes.
some hobbitses.
Yes. Now, you know what is so here's what's wild is that I worked at
Okay.
Universal Studios Hollywood where I did the special effects show. So it is so funny how any knowledge I have is because of something that was presented to me on stage. I believe it's Lord of the Rings, and he did the motion
Yay!
capture suit. Is that right?
Yeah, he was
He does
Gollum.
all the CGI.
Mhm.
Yeah, Andy Serkis is, and we would watch like the footage behind him. So he wears the like motion capture suit,
Mhm.
which has sensors all over it, and the
Oh.
true artistry with which he is able to like do the sensors in a way that makes sense so that Gollum looks great is just it's like on par, I think, with dancing. He's so talented,
He
so
is really
talented. Andy
talented.
Serkis.
I mean, be acting in like you're only talking to a tennis ball, right? It's like right
Yeah.
here, and you're just like, yeah,
It's really
it's
crazy.
insane.
Yeah,
It's
it's
insane.
wild, wild, wild. And Sarah, we've had so many great buddies join. We got No Name, we
Have?
got Tangible Octopus, we got Healthy Crane. These names are hilarious. I
Wow.
love them. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so happy to have you here, right here on Backchannel. Now, again, if it did just a quick recap of how you interact, if you want to, I am a person who absolutely dreads participation theater. So I don't want you to leave if you think that, oh no, I have to participate. You certainly don't have to. But if you want
Yeah.
to, if you're watching us on Echo or your Fire device, you
Mhm.
simply say your name. So you would say Tangible Octopus says, I also don't like participating. Why'd you make me do this? Or if you are listening on just an Echo device, what you'll do is you'll go to backchannel.tv and you click join. You click join the chat, and then you just type in whatever you want to say. We'll be right here. All of the
Amazing.
things. I love
I
it.
love
Does
it.
that
I love it.
do it for celebrity birthdays? Are we
That
all
does
we
it.
cut
It's a
up
little
today?
dry today. We had such a beefy start, and now,
You're no, that's I
yeah.
am thrilled to hear it, absolutely thrilled to hear it,
Mhm.
especially because, it is a holiday. We would be remiss not to celebrate any holiday that passes, much like March 14th,
Mhm.
3.14
Yeah.
is
Pi Day.
International Pi Day, exactly,
Uh-huh.
because it's the date of that.
Uh-huh.
The date today is
Uh-huh.
420. And Sarah,
420.
I could use your help on the origin of that is it something we don't love? Like, is that what police would call marijuana? Like, we've
No,
got a
it was,
420? Or how does that go?
started by the Grateful Dead, I believe. I think they
Yeah,
just, like, did
okay,
that,
I'll take
but
it.
obviously, today is a day where, oh, New York is gonna smell lot today.
Ah,
Oh
oh boy,
god.
oh boy,
Oh
oh
god.
boy, and it is
Yeah, but
a
yeah. But I would like to say, before we do get
yes,
started,
yes, yes, yes.
PSA,
Right,
I think it should be legal. I think everyone who is incarcerated at the moment related to any cannabis arrest should be released.
got it.
And there's because you cannot talk about legalization without
Sure,
talking about the racial disparities
right,
of those who are getting licenses to start dispensaries versus those who are now in jail for
yeesh,
trying to sell it. And I
right,
believe that LA, they have it is legal in New York, New Jersey, and a lot of other states have medical uh laws and things like that. But
right,
I think that no state should make it legal in no, sorry. You should any law where they make it legal, they
right.
should include expunging
Yeah.
all
Ooh,
records
yes,
of
yes, yes, yes,
people
yes.
who
Yep,
are in jail and give people the option to
yeah,
start their own business,
right,
reparations, hello.
yep,
And today, if you're watching, if you are a user, please support a Black owned dispensary.
I love
Please
it.
support that because that can be a little part of your reparee. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's really
correcting
important, correcting some
an
wrongs.
oops. Yep. And
And
Stacy's saying that Tracy has joined us. Stacy, we're so happy to have you here. I just love it. We got
ooh,
everybody here. We got everybody here for the chit
it's a
chat.
party. It is such a party. So yeah, that's kind of like my PSA of just like, it's something that a lot of lawmakers who have a lot of money invested in big pharma, they don't want it to
Sure.
become legal because of
Right.
our segment, it
Right.
has a lot of medicinal qualities,
Yeah.
lots and lots. And
Right.
as somebody who knows many people with endometriosis, fibromyalgia, chronic
Right.
pain, where they are often not believed by doctors, uh, things like medical cannabis can help
Yeah.
with the pain. And and it's not just in smoking forms. It comes in
Right.
oils.
Hmm.
Uh, it comes in lotions. I even my ex used an inhaler that had some
Amazing.
THC in it, and it really
Whoa.
helped her breathe better.
That's
So
incredible.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so I think, if people really took the time to educate themselves on the many, many benefits of this,
Right.
and as someone myself, I suffer from really, really bad anxiety and I have ADHD, and it can help with that. It can help with focus and depression and things like that. And,
Right.
that's why I think it's really important that people educate themselves on the laws that are in there, not only in their state, but educate themselves on what it can do for them if they're having issues. So,
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, you know
Could
what I
not agree
mean?
more. Yeah. I
Exactly,
love
and
that.
especially, you and I, we have uteruses, like, around
Sure.
that
You
time
sure
of the
do.
month, like,
You
when
sure
we're
do.
on our like, it helps, because a lot of times, like, uh, especially, during we're in the middle of an opiate crisis right now. A lot of people
Right.
are overdosing, things like that. I know this is a lot for morning television, so I'm trying
No,
to
but I
keep it,
think
like,
it's yeah,
PG.
no, you're doing it perfectly. I think
Thank you.
these are all very true things that are
Mhm,
happening, and especially, gosh, it is so interesting, the, like, origins of that. It was
mhm.
just like, no, there's kind of a reason why why we're not letting this get out. I too have,
Exactly.
so many pals with, endometriosis, and for them, they are, working in patch form. They're putting a little
Yes.
patch, and I
Mhm,
tell you what, it is they're like, "It's a game changer. It's crazy." I
mhm.
used to, not be on, but be a fan of a all-women's basketball team, and so
Yeah,
would go watch them play games, and there were a few girls on the team that, like, at least every 28 days, they're like, "I can't play.
yeah.
I can't move."
Mhm.
Those patches came around, they're back making three-pointers just 3 dunks
Exactly,
'cause it helps.
exactly.
Yeah,
And something, again, like, we're in this crisis where people are just prescribed these heavy, heavy opiates,
right.
and, a lot of people use cannabis to help get off of these opiates, and it saves their life. A lot,
Yes.
I mean, it's it helps with addiction, it helps with all of those things. So I encourage everyone to, really look up what the laws in your state are to see, like, okay, what can I do to help make this better? So I'd love to give some facts. I'd
Yes,
love
please
to
tell me.
give,
Give us
like,
let
some
us know all of
things.
it.
Um,
Please, we would love to
so
hear.
uh, Medical marijuana is a term for derivatives of the cannabis sativa plant that are used to ease symptoms caused by certain medical conditions.
Okay.
And it can obviously help with chronic pain. It can help with sleep. I'm I don't I have a lot of trouble sleeping. I sure, it's
Yeah,
where there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, a lot of things, and like some people have sleep disorders. Some people like need that tiny, tiniest bit and they can
right,
sleep and then they wake up the next day and it's like we're
right. Yeah.
you can be a human being. Um this I know might be a little controversial, but
Yes.
some kids with epilepsy, which is the seizure disorder, they
Sure.
will take a little bit of the cannabis oil to help ease the seizures. Which, if you're a little kid and
Right.
you I mean, obviously, like, not just now, but everywhere. We just went through this pandemic. You're still
Sure.
growing socially, and
Mhm.
if this one thing can help you and help, like, you live, help your quality of life,
Yeah.
especially in, like, adults. There was, a video a while back of a girl with epilepsy, uh very, very bad seizure disorder. Like, and
Sure.
she
Yeah.
also had, like, mentally, I think she also had a little bit of autism as well, and, like, violent, violent seizures.
Mhm.
And they would show the video of it, and it was very, very hard to watch. But then, you know what? They gave her some cannabis,
Yeah.
and it stopped the seizures.
Isn't that
You
interesting?
know what
Yeah.
I mean? And
Yeah.
again, going back to big pharma, that's what they don't want. They're like, "No, I want you to
Yeah.
take this pill that could have these really, really awful side effects,
Sure.
by the way."
Yeah.
Um, and now, especially, with chemo, it can
Right.
really help with that. Unfortunately, my dad went through cancer.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in remission for, like, 8 years.
Sure.
But,
But still tough.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's tough. My friend's mom is going through chemo right now, and,
Mhm.
a lot of doctors nowadays are giving out, little gummies, things like that. 'Cause I mean, with something like cancer, the treatment is worse than the disease, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's very, very tough on the body, and, you know, something like that can help.
Right.
And I think it's all about creating a better quality of life for everybody. And
Absolutely.
that's so,
Absolutely.
so important. So
Yeah.
here is some very interesting facts
Please tell us.
that
Yes.
I found.
And
So, oh, sorry.
real quick, oh, no, 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 by all means. But Stacy is saying that she takes tryptophan to go to sleep, which is great. And then
Yes.
also said, well, it depends on what type of epilepsy you have. And I think that
Mhm.
it brings up a good point of just like, yeah, we're not doctors.
Oh,
We're
no,
not.
I am not a
No,
doctor.
no,
I
no.
don't have a degree. I
Not a
don't have a
doctor.
degree.
This is
I
not
just,
advice that should be
yeah, yeah, this
taken.
is
It's
not
just
advice.
opinions. This is just
Mhm,
opinions that we're tossing
mhm.
out for a fun morning show.
Yes.
So yes, I agree. If you are interested, ask your doctor, do your own
Ask your
research, do your
doctor.
thing.
Yes, yes,
We're not
yes.
doctors.
Yes.
Just discussing the topic.
Sorry, I should have just made that disclaimer when I
You're
first
good.
started. I am not a doctor.
I'm not
I
a doctor.
majored in theater. I'm just a podcast producer. I'm just really passionate about people living a great quality of life, and
Love
whatever,
it.
if the medicine that you're taking is helping you, that is amazing, and I'm so
Love it.
happy for you.
Yes.
This is interesting that I found. So in North Carolina, 57% of
Okay.
voters said it should be legal,
Okay.
and 64%, remember this,
Okay.
64%
Okay.
of Republicans
Mhm.
said it should be legal.
That's
So,
you didn't see that coming. Yeah.
yeah, so I think there is bipartisan
Right.
support for this because, uh, you know, taxing it, regulating it
Right.
could keep people safer. And you know where we could put that money?
Mhm.
Back into society. I mean, you're in
Wouldn't that be
LA.
nice?
You're
Yeah.
in LA.
Yeah.
A very, like, housing crisis
Oh,
every day. My
epidemic. Mhm.
friend told me something like 150 people become homeless every week or
At least.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Something
you
horrific.
know, I think obviously you lived here, and I'm sure, I don't know if you were, like, immune to that. When I visited LA,
Mm.
it was a little shocking to see all
Oh,
those
sure.
tents.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm used to seeing homeless people on the subway or, like, wherever.
Right.
And yeah, and so I think doing this could be good for everybody.
Agreed.
And
Yeah.
I again, do what you want today, whatever you do, please be safe, be
Mhm.
smart. And you
Absolutely.
should always get any of these products from somebody you trust.
Mhm.
And once again, I am not a doctor. ask your doctor, do your
Of
own
course.
research. I do not want to be
Right.
held liable for, I mean,
Yeah.
I care about all of you and I want you all to be safe. And
Right.
I think, yeah, so that's my speech. I hope
Yeah,
I,
no, it's so good. And Mirman is agreeing with you, saying the money from the tax could fix schools and everything else.
mhm,
Yes, absolutely. And I think okay. And then Stacey saying that the our unhoused neighbors are pretty, prevalent in Texas as well. It is a
mhm. It is. It
problem.
is
It's a
a
problem.
problem. And,
Yeah.
you know, in these types of situations, it's like that it's not, obviously nothing is just so easily fixed. It's going to
Yeah.
take time, but something as simple as,
Right.
doing that could really help. And
Yeah.
especially like, you know, with New York City schools,
Right.
like help, all those things. So that's my
Absolutely.
little
No, it
spiel.
was good. This was such a good presentation. Thank you. And then
Thank
for
you.
me, so I think as somebody who you've heard it, you guys have heard about it. You heard what I'll do. I'll scream your flat at anybody who will listen anytime I get a hold of. I'm going to need your help here, Sarah. So the
Yeah.
one that like sort of goes to your brain a bit is THC. Is
Yep.
that
Mhm.
okay? And then the one that doesn't have that is just CD.
CBD. Yeah,
CBD.
CBD is mostly used, it can that is also used for, like,
Yeah.
pain and, like, things like that, that can really help, and that, they sell. It's
Okay.
legal in most states, yeah.
Just all over the place. Okay,
Yeah.
amazing. And Stacey, you have to go to your gathering. We get you, but you're going to be back again for 2 hours tomorrow. I'm so
Yeah.
happy to hear it. Thank you for being here. We loved it. Mary Lee has joined the chat as well as Dynamic
Ooh,
Deer. We're so excited to
hey.
have you guys. Just talking about
Hello.
420 and the benefits of medicinal uh marijuana grass
Cannabis.
is yes, thank you, cannabis. Um, no, I truly love it. I am so grateful. And you know what is so interesting about like it's legal everywhere with the CBD? They are
Mhm.
now putting it like into dog treats. Like it runs
Exactly.
the gamut. Have
Mhm.
also helped out a lot of our senior pups who are just kind of
Mhm.
ouch, my hips hurt. Can help them too. So
Yeah.
it's been
Little
great,
tugboat getting his
right?
little gummies,
Little
little
Tug,
tuggies.
little Tug. No, Tug did not read the back of the package. When I give him CBD, he's just like,
Tugboat. I
I'm
don't
fine.
know. Um,
I'm gonna be just as hyper as I
mhm,
was."
mhm.
Like, all right, Tug, that's
Exactly,
fine.
exactly. I'm
I
obsessed
love
with
it.
Tugboat, definitely top 5 favorite dog. I mean,
Duh,
top
the
5 in the
best. He
love him.
Thank you. Is
Can't
so,
wait to
he's
meet him one day.
and he can't wait to meet you. He was just talking about that last night. So, this is
Really?
going to be
Oh,
a instant friendship,
Tug.
I
Oh
feel.
my god. Tugster, love it.
Thank you
Should
so much.
we tell
Yeah.
everyone who's just joining
I
what they
would
can
l
do
yes,
when they join? Because if you're
please.
watching right now, you can subscribe to this and get
Yes.
a little notification when we're
Mhm.
doing stuff. I'm reading it all. It's okay.
No, please do
Yeah,
it. No, please do the honors. Let
yeah,
everyone know what they've gotten themselves into, how they can
yeah,
continue to be here. Let them know, Sarah. Tell them.
exactly. So I'm not James, but I'm Sarah. But James Arthur M is normally here.
Yes.
But you're watching Get On Up. If you see that subscribe button, we'd love for you to click it. We would love that so much because
What a gift.
when you click that, it shows you care. It shows you like what we do, so we can keep doing it.
Yes, please.
And another way you can really help, if you love our show, you can leave a review. It's free. It's it's very easy
Mhm.
to do. You
Mm-mm,
can just go to
mm-mm.
backchannel.tv, click leave a review, and you can say, "Hey, Renee is killing it. I loved that
So
show.
is Sarah. Sarah is the best.
Let's see
Yes.
more Tugboat. He can be the next co-host."
That would be I think we all want that. Absolutely.
Is it time for a what would you do?
I believe it is. I
New York
believe
City
it is
trauma.
here.
Yeah.
Exactly. The traumatized edition.
The traumatized edition. Who wants to go first?
I love it. I love it. So yes. So again, Get on Uppers. This is a game called What Would You Do, wherein we give you various scenarios.
Yeah, those
Somebody having
two.
a little bit of a CD
Mhm.
themselves.
Yeah.
Various scenarios. Maybe they come from real life. Maybe they're made up. In which we will tell you what happened, and then you let us know. Well, what would you do? How would you handle such a thing?
Mhm.
I Oh gosh, New York, New York, New York, what a wonderful town.
What a
We
place! What a place! Look at this view of the aluminum siding of the building next to me. I
Mm-mm-mm.
mean, you can't get that
Mm-mm.
anywhere
We
else.
love it. We love it. We love it. Okay, so we'll begin first about when I first moved to New York. I am
Mhm.
from Colorado, where it snows, it's cold, it
Yeah.
gets down to like 2 degrees,
Mhm.
but Colorado does not have any water surrounding it. So I am used to a dry cold, wherein it's just cold. New York
Oh.
is in Highland, water surrounding. So the
Humid.
humidity of the chilliness, it's so it is, I felt, equivalent
Mhm.
to not only are you cold, but you're wet and cold. You know how that is when you first get out of the shower, you're like, oh, that's freezing. So my I was not properly prepared. I was not properly bundled on my first like 11-degree day.
Okay.
And I got yeah. So I used to love to run the loop of Central Park. So I went out in the little thing, and the like cold hit me. And I think most people would just be like, oh, okay, I should go back in. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was doing, but I just spent most of my run just like primal screaming. I was just like, ah, ah,
Oh, God.
ah. But I'm curious if you were experiencing chilliness
Mhm.
like that, what would you scream your way around Central Park? Would you go back in and bundle up more? What would you do?
I'd
That's the
stop
first
running
question.
and be like, "Why am I running? Why am I doing this to myself? Why am I here?"
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that's what I would do.
No, that's fair. That's
What
a
would the get
very
on
fair
uppers
thing
do?
to do.
That's more
Yeah.
important. No one wants to hear what I would do.
No, I think that you are 100% correct. Welcome, Dynamic Deer,
Ooh.
Jubilant Buffalo, No Name. We're so happy to have you playing a little game called What Would You Do? I definitely, okay, Mere Man, I would go back in and watch TV. Yeah,
Same,
that is
same
the
mirror
correct
man.
answer. Okay.
That is the
Yep.
correct answer.
Yep. And
Oh
then
god.
order warmer clothes. Okay. So I think we can all agree it, the thing not to do
Mhm.
is run around the park screaming. The thing to do is anything but run around the park screaming.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or
All
just,
right.
yeah. Um,
Here.
okay. So
Okay. Ready.
the New York City subway.
Yes.
We hate to
Yes.
love
Yes.
it. We love to hate it. It
Mm-mm-mm.
runs 24/7. I am
Of course.
near the J and the L
Okay.
and the M
Okay.
train. The
Okay.
the gray, brown, and orange lines makes a
Yes.
great time. But when I lived in Washington Heights and I was by the
Right.
AC and the one,
Mhm.
um, oh god, I have 2 stories. So I
Okay.
get
Yes.
on the train and all of a sudden
Okay.
I'm like, "What is that smell?
Uh-oh.
Why do I have a headache?" And I look
Uh-oh.
over and somebody is smoking a cigarette
Okay.
on the train.
On the train.
Not just one, multiple. And in there, this guy
Okay.
had a bag with
Multiple.
just cigarette butts falling out of it.
Oh god.
And I
Oh,
was like,
buddy.
"Oh,
Okay.
oh, so get on uppers.
Hmm.
Would you switch
Huh.
cars? Would you stay there? Would you ask for a cigarette
Yeah.
and join the party? What would you do?"
Would you say something? Real quick, going back to the weather, Tim was saying, "I would check the weather app and maybe poke my head outside." Mhm. Yes.
Yeah,
Correct, Tim.
Renee,
Correct. Yeah.
obviously.
These are all
Yeah,
logical
mhm.
things. These are all
These are,
logical things.
yeah, but we're
Uh,
not logical. No,
so,
not at all.
quick clarification. Is
Yeah?
smoking allowed on subways? It's not, right? It's prohibited? Okay. I also gosh, isn't it funny of like what you wish you would do and what you would actually do? How those are 2 very
Oh,
different
yeah.
things.
Oh, yeah.
Um, because I think so to get in there, what's tricky about cigarettes is that once you're in, it does not leave you for the rest of the day. Like
Mm-mm.
you
Nope.
were just gonna smell like that for the rest of
Mhm.
the day, and especially if you're wearing like your heavy coat. Was it cold?
Ooh,
So you had like your heavy coat and stuff?
yeah,
Okay.
of course,
Yeah.
yeah,
Tim is saying, "That's happened to me, Sarah. I just switched cars." That
exactly.
is the is it the type of thing where you can switch during while the train is moving, or you had to wait until the next stop?
I had to wait. I
Yeah.
had to wait till the next
Ugh.
stop.
Yeah.
Had to wait
Yeah.
because, not all of the
Yeah.
doors between cars are
Right.
unlocked all the time. A lot of the
Right.
time, they're locked to prevent people from
Right.
traveling in between.
Right.
So yeah,
So
if
even if yours is unlocked, the next train might be locked, and now you're just hanging out in
yeah,
between
now
cars.
you're just
Okay.
stuck there. Yeah, yeah, and you can't
Um,
leave.
Tim is making a great point. Confronting someone you don't know can be dangerous. Mirror Man is saying, "Bad girls, this has been fun." All right, Mirror Man, it was so good having you here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hopefully, we'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you
Bye,
for
Mirror
uh,
Man.
being around. And it's interesting about the like, even if you were to take the risk of saying something, that's not going
Mhm.
to make the smoke go away. Like, it's like, oh,
No,
I'm
not
so
at all.
sorry. Well, then the
Mhm.
smoke's still in the car. So there's kind of like, well, what's the point? I guess
Exactly.
follow it. Would you, once you've changed cars, do you go say something to someone else of just like, hey, this guy's, no, of course
No,
not. No,
no,
you
it's
just
New
speak yourself
York.
out of it.
It's New York. Nobody,
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, okay, bye.
All right. Yeah. It
It's
is
hard to
funny that,
come up. Yeah, sorry.
yeah. No, no, no.
It's hard to
uh,
come up with like a story that's gonna surprise me because it feels
right.
like,
Yeah.
we've seen a lot. It
No, this all
feels
seems
like
accurate.
we've seen a lot. Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. No, this is all very, very true. And it is funny to like not be from New York,
Yeah.
come to New York, and then apply the same rules to New York. So if
Ooh.
you go to like you say something to someone and you're just like, hey, just I just so you know, that guy's smoking in the car, and just be like, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Like what?
It
Okay.
is,
Yeah.
whereas in any other city, they would probably have something more than K to
Hmm.
say.
Oh
Not New
yeah.
York. So,
Oh
yeah,
no, not New York. Oh, are
sounds
you
about right.
ready? All right. Do you have
Yes.
another one or do you want to hear?
Sure, yeah. Well, yeah, we'll go back and forth. I think you probably have better ones than I do. Mine are just me embarrassing myself in New York.
Great. I love it.
Okay. So one of
Cool.
my as you know, Broadway baby, love it so much.
Oh, love it.
One of my very first nights in New York, was out
Mhm.
on the town partaking in some libations, and,
Okay.
we I know. So we're, walking down 8th Avenue, and walking
Okay.
towards us is Lin-Manuel Miranda. Oh boy. Now I am
Who
taking in
was on your
libations here.
podcast?
It's a thank you so much, but at that point did not know, was the biggest fan of In the Heights, couldn't handle it.
Mhm.
So I am taking a motivation, did not see. So once we passed, my friend's like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, can you believe that was him? And I was like, what? And they were like, that was lit. And I was like, ah! So in my slightly inebriated state, I
Oh
was just
no.
like, I have to run into him, but I
Oh
can't.
no.
Okay.
Oh
All
no.
right. So what I choose to do is sprint ahead of him, go into a bar, wait for a beat, and then just come out of the bar casually and just be like, "Oh, I love your work. Thank you so much." So theoretically, that would have worked if we had just run into each other. That would have been like, "Oh, thank you, I appreciate it." But that is not what happened. What he saw is a lady sprinting past him, hiding, and then jumping out at him 30 seconds later. So my "I love your work" was met with a just a
Mm.
because that
Oh
was
no.
a crazy thing to do to him. If you were Lin Manuel Miranda, what would you do if you saw a slightly drunk fan sprint past you to make it seem as though you were having a meet cute, but you watched her force it to happen? Ready for answers.
Oh god. Oh gosh. Oh no. What are they saying? What are they saying? Oh,
Sure.
no
Yeah.
one's saying anything. Okay.
No, no, no,
Oh
should they?
no.
Nor should they.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
they're
Oh man.
leaving the
Well,
chat.
yeah, it
Yes.
feels like a lot of times when I see celebrities walking down the
Right.
street, I'll have the moment of like, oh, they're famous, and then like I move on. Unless
Keep
it's
moving.
like
Yeah.
if Beyonce acknowledged my existence in
Right.
like a public life or
Yeah.
anything, I I would just cry. I'd just
Right.
cry. I'd
Of
lay
course.
down and cry.
Of course.
But yeah, I feel like I would just tell the story to my friends And
Yeah.
if I was
Okay.
living
Well,
well, I'd be like, I saw
right.
this girl, and then
This
I
was
went on her
wild.
show.
And she did not let me know that that's who she was. She kept that
Wait,
under her
really? You
hat.
didn't?
No, of course not.
Oh
Absolutely not.
my goodness,
No,
I
why
would
would you?
have. I would have.
If you're
No,
like,
okay.
hey, just so we're clear, 10 years ago, Tim has the funniest answer. I'd use it
Yeah.
as a plot for my next musical.
Yeah.
Tim would love it. And if I do see that as a plot for his next musical, I will sue. I am a litigious person.
Yeah. Love to see
That's
it.
very funny.
Love
It's
a
very, very
litig.
funny.
Love
Yep.
litigious.
But you are right. What would you do is you don't say anything. You just sort of nod and keep it moving,
Just go,
especially in New
love
York.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Thank you so
Lin-Manuel
much.
Miranda, I feel like he's everywhere. You know what I mean? Like when he
Yeah.
was filming In the Heights, I was
Mhm.
living in Washington Heights at the time, and
Mm.
they would leave like the set up all the time, and like it was cool. Yeah. So
That's very cool.
side note,
Yes. Tell me.
okay, so my ex
Yeah.
babysat for the director of In the Heights, the
Whoa. That's very
movie.
cool. That's very cool. How was that? Good?
Well, they're my ex, so
Sure. Okay.
but
Sure. Gotcha. Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha. I
Yeah.
guess.
Well, I mean,
No, that makes sense.
meaning like yeah, I mean, I've heard he's
They
very
were kind.
lovely.
The kids were
Yeah, they
fine.
were
Right.
very
Right.
kind, cutest little babies, cutest little
Puppies.
tiny humans I've
Of
seen. Yeah,
course.
yeah,
Cute.
they're great couple. John Chu, love him,
Ugh,
love his work. Crazy Rich Asians. I
great.
mean, so I have a
Love it.
traumatic.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do
Let's
it.
hear.
Let's do
Okay,
it.
let's do.
Okay.
You're on the subway, right?
Right.
Chilling.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you see these two people screaming, and they're going, "Ah!" And so you know how on some of the subways with like the orange seats, it's like you have the
Sure.
little two-seater that's like
Right.
facing the window, and then the
Right.
three-seater right. So like
Yeah.
it's like a seat like this, and then
Yes.
seats right here.
Right.
So I was sitting by the window seat, and a
Okay.
fighting, screaming lesbian couple
Oh boy.
sits on one side of me and over here, and they're like,
Oh
"I don't
boy.
want to go to your parents. Your mom is whatever. And I
Oh
can't
boy.
believe you." And
Mhm.
just
Mhm. Mhm. Yep. Yep.
what do you and you can't leave. The
Right.
train's
Yeah.
in motion, kids, once
So neat.
again. And everybody around me is just like, what are you like, what would you do,
Right.
everybody, if
And it
yeah.
is so that I can get the tone of it properly. It's
Mhm.
just a verbal fight. Is anybody worried that it's
Oh
going to
no,
then?
nobody's
Okay.
gonna
Okay.
I mean, it would have been exciting, but I'm not gonna
Sure.
encourage violence.
But it's just screaming at each other. And it seemed like both parties, like, sort of nobody was being bullied
Oh
within
no,
this.
this
It
was
just
like
they were mad at each other.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This
Alright.
was like a couples fight, like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, first off, I'm sorry. Second,
it was funny.
that's
It was
fun.
really funny. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It was just really funny. I have
Um,
a lot of bad ones. I wanted to keep
yeah.
this funny?
Right. I am curious. Did anybody pull out their phone to record it?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Of
Of
course. Of course.
course.
Why wouldn't
Of
they?
course.
Yeah, no, I think that's a just like sit there and tell your friends later type of thing. Because to interject, especially when nobody's, in harm's way, is just kind of
Mhm.
like, well, now I've gotten myself into this weird spat, and
Exactly.
there's no, what am I going to do to fix it? Yeah, I think it's that you just sit by the window seat, and watch. I would
And just be
definitely
like,
pay
"Oh,
there is no scenario with which I would put in headphones to not listen. Absolutely not. No, I would absolutely avoid your, how's
mhm.
this gonna shake out?
Oh, yeah. I've seen
Yeah,
many a couples fight on the subway.
right.
I saw one where this girl was like, "It's the relationship, Rob. It's not you. It's this," and I'm just dying of laughter. Like,
What
this
does
is
that mean? It's the relationship, it's not you.
I don't know. I'll ask Rob because that's
Please
who
do.
I'll
Yeah,
ask
you
Rob.
gotta
Yeah.
follow up on that.
I'll
Okay.
follow up on Rob. I'll be like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm curious there if this applies to you, is that so you first get to New York and you see
Mhm.
like all of these like very public emotions, people
Mhm.
sobbing, people fighting, people screaming,
Mhm.
and you're just like, I can't imagine. By the time I left New York, I had had very public screaming fights. I had had
Mhm.
absolute sobbing in the street. I had
Mhm.
obviously had screaming, you heard about that.
Mhm.
Um, I had was there anything else? It's just like, I can't believe that. No, but I think, like, all those emotions where you're like, I would never. And I think it's because there is no place to have those emotions because in your apartment, you have 18 roommates.
Mhm.
There and the walls are paper thin. There's
Mhm.
no place to be alone. So, though you're just like, "I can't believe people are doing this here." Like, well, there's nowhere to do it but in public. So,
Mhm.
that's what you
Exactly.
get.
And
Uh,
especially, you and I, theater,
yeah,
we're
yep.
theater ladies, and a
Theater
lot of
people.
people coming out of auditions crying.
Oh, yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot. It's oof, oof. I saw
It's
this one girl holding her
her little
audition folder,
songbook?
sobbing,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
somebody came by and was just like, "It's okay," and she's just like sobbing, and I'm like, I think she was probably told something really mean by a casting
Oof.
director.
Oof.
You know?
Yeesh. Yeah. God, that's
I
awful.
mean,
Yep.
yeah, but
Yep.
you know what? New York is my city. I love it
Yeah.
here. It's
That's
near
great.
my parents. It's the place I love. One day maybe I'll be bi-coastal, but for now,
Yeah.
they're stuck with
No,
me.
it's amazing. It is the best, and I also like to salute New York, the hustle there. Every time I'm there, I'm just like, "My god, you guys get stuff done fast,"
We
in a way
have
that's really
to.
inspiring and great. I think here in Los Angeles, and I think it is indicative of the weather is the exact same every single
Mhm.
day. Every single
Oh
day. The
yeah,
weather's
yeah,
the exact same. There are no seasons, there's no nothing. And I
yeah.
think something about New York, or pretty much anywhere that has seasons, is
Hmm.
that if you are kind of in a problem
Hmm.
and it is fall
Hmm.
and you still have that problem next fall when you see the leaves change, you're like, "Oh god, I've been doing this for a year? Yeah, okay,
Exactly.
things need to change. I
Um,
gotta move it around." But because
can
seasons
I?
never change in Los Angeles, yes, mhm,
I
yes.
do have to run to the restroom. Can I leave you for
Yes,
a
go,
second?
go,
Is
go, go.
that
Let me
okay?
tell the
Is that
story. Let me
okay? All
tell
right,
the
tell the story.
story. Go, go,
Tell a
go. You
story. I'll
got
be
it.
back. Don't miss me
Get
too
out of
much.
here. Okay, all right, I will miss you too much. So, but what's so funny, get on uppers, is that here in LA, because we don't have seasons that change, people will stay in jobs, they'll stay in relationships, they will have goals that they just never ever get done because they don't quite recognize it. So I think there is, while it is gorgeous out here, there is a little bit of that laid backness is because we don't have seasons. It's so interesting. I didn't understand that that was a thing until it was explained to me. I was like, oh, I guess that does make sense. It's interesting. I'm curious, get up. Do you like seasons? Are you big season people? And do you have a favorite season? Is it spring? Are you happy where you are? Just curious if we can chime in on your favorite seasons. I'd love to hear. I would also love to tell you guys about the news. Well, what do you think of this that is coming your way? I have a very sweet one. I'm wondering, I think I've mentioned this before. This is not conducive to what I've told you and that I have zero tolerance for anything ever, but was the biggest Breaking Bad fan. We love Bryan Cranston. We love Aaron Paul. What a gift for us all. Did you guys watch Breaking Bad? First question. Second question, are you watching Better Call Saul? Third question, did you see Aaron Paul on The Tonight Show? Jimmy Fallon. He was talking about his little bebe that they just had, and he was saying, "Oh, and then we found our godfather, which happened to be Bryan Cranston." So though they filmed that 10 years ago, they are still very, very best friends, which warms my heart to no end. And Bryan Cranston is now the godfather of his little kiddo. And that's it.
Oh,
That's the news, but I think is real sweet and I love it very much. Can you imagine having Bryan Cranston as your like godfather?
oh.
What would you do?
I've heard
What would you
he
do?
is the sweetest man.
Yeah, I think he
I've
is.
heard
I
he's
think he might be.
really, really sweet. I saw him in that play, All the Way.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
He
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
was and that other one, the one
Okay, I'm not
about
sure
the
you said that
news channel, where he
now.
was like,
Okay.
"I'm mad as hell and I like can't take it
It was a
anymore."
play?
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
play. He was a famous news anchor. They like the way they did the play, there was like live video feed
Oh, cool.
throughout the show.
I think the internet is telling me in network or network? Is that what
Yeah,
it's called?
network. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
think they're also making a movie out of it, if I'm
Ooh,
not mistaken. But that was, yeah. Oh, Bryan
amazing.
Cranston
Network.
is
Yeah, Tim knew it.
amazing. Amazing.
This Has not been on my radar at all. Tim, how do you know network? How do I get this on my radar? I
I
wanna
think it's an
watch network.
HBO or Showtime. One
Oh.
of the yeah, I think well, the
Okay.
play is based on a true story. So,
Okay.
like, this news network anchor, I think, like, he got really mad and, like, got naked in the middle of the streets and was like, "I'm mad as hell and I can't take it anymore," and, like, that was
This is
his
amazing.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Really made it in a player. Okay, I'll,
Mhm.
Sarah, make a note to remind me to watch network. You don't have to make a note. I'll
Da-da-da-da-da.
make it myself.
I've already
Though,
made
are
a
you
note.
interested in doing a flip flop? You got it, and I'll be right back?
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, kids. Yeah. So Bryan Cranston, love him. There's a lot of celebrities, who live in New York, and a lot of times we have to be like can't bother them, can't really you know, do anything when you see them. So that's like a big like what would you do? Like what would you guys do if you saw like your idol walking down the streets just chilling? If you're just walking by, like what would you do? Like that's the
I
yeah.
feel like these get on uppers are all very chill. And they would be like, "Yeah, no, I keep walking like a normal person." Tim's got some information on Network.
Oh
Network was
yeah, yeah.
originally a movie in the '70s. Peter Finch won a
Mhm.
posthumous Oscar for that role.
Mhm.
Tim, this is amazing.
Yeah,
I
yeah. It's
cannot
really
believe
good.
I don't know about this. Okay,
I
well, I
think you would
will
really like it. It's not
watch and
scary.
catch
It's
up.
just a
Okay.
very like, oh, yeah.
And
But
the thing that you mentioned on Showtime or HBO when I find it is a recording of the play version with Bryan Cranston?
oh, I'm not really sure because I know they've been
Okay,
doing that a lot lately with
that'd be
like a
amazing.
lot of
Okay.
because they did it with Hamilton, they did it with Shrek. So I'll have to look
Yeah.
into that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That'll be another what do you think about
Right.
with like
Yes.
what do you think about plays being recorded and then streaming?
Couldn't agree more. Right. Right.
Should we get to the
Yes.
news?
I think we should. Absolutely think
Yeah,
we should.
yeah.
Do you got a headline story for us? Sarah, tell us what is happening in the news.
Today. Well,
That's it.
kids,
Yes.
does anyone remember Abercrombie and Fitch?
Sure do.
I
What do you got?
like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yes.
But
Yep.
she's been so, um, you know, that for those of you who don't know, Abercrombie was the store for the rich kids.
Sure was.
Um, and they're making a documentary about the
Whoa.
rise and fall of Abercrombie. And
Okay.
side note, lots of famous people have modeled for them before they were famous. Olivia Wilde,
Whoa.
Taylor Swift, Ashton Kutcher, Channing Tatum. I know.
I didn't know any of this. This is incredible. Okay. And so will all of this sort of be incorporated into this documentary?
Yeah, yeah. So basically, it's about how, Abercrombie used to be really, really popular. Like
Sure.
everybody would
Oh,
want to go in.
interesting.
I personally
Right.
never went. It was dark. The clothes were way too expensive. I'm a thrift store
Right.
shopper, so
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Yeah. No,
I'm
that's
not that type of
very
girl. I'm a cheap person. But you know, part of the documentary was saying they were selling all of these clothes, but in the advertisements, no one was wearing any.
interesting.
And, a lot of people talk about obviously like unrealistic beauty standards, especially with women, like we're more subjected to it. But a lot of times, especially with Abercrombie, it was like washboard abs, you have to be perfect. Like, and that could have a really
Yeah.
big effect on men too.
Mhm.
Everyone's bodies are beautiful, by the way. You
Right.
have a
Yes.
body, you bring it to the beach, that's your beach body.
That's
You are
what we love.
fabulous. You
Mhm.
weigh 160 million pounds, and I love it. I
Yes. Great.
love it. They're amazing. So, yeah, it's very interesting. And
Wow.
I love a documentary, just like James. I love a
Of
cult
course.
and a con. That's
Ooh.
how we bond.
Mm,
But
mm,
it sort of
mm.
was like a cult. Like it was a very like
Yeah.
you know, and I think now it sort of speaks to how much smarter of consumers we are a little bit with just as like times have changed.
Right.
So I think that is interesting. Do
That
you
is
have a
incredibly
little
interesting.
newsy segment, or do you want me
I
to move on to
do.
the
Yeah,
next
yeah. But with Abercrombie, like and did we hear where this documentary is going to be? Who's making
Netflix, I
it?
believe.
Netflix. Okay.
I think it's
Yep.
gonna
I'll
be
check it out.
Netflix. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
Great.
gonna let
Great.
me give it a quick look see just to make sure.
Okay.
But
Take a peek so we can all keep an eye
yeah,
out for the
yeah.
Abercrombie and Finch. Tim was saying that Abercrombie and Finch is a name I haven't heard in ages.
Hmm.
Do you remember though back in the day, like it was if somebody was wearing Abercrombie, you're like, oh, excuse me, I didn't know I was around royalty. I
Hmm.
am so sorry. There was an Abercrombie again, I worked at a theme park, so sorry. But you have to walk through City Walk, Universal City Walk to
Hmm.
get there. And there was an Abercrombie and Finch store, and they had samples of the perfume so I would just go into work just reeking of Abercrombie samples.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Uh,
you're in your 20s and you think that's cool.
the documentary, I believe, is called White Hot. It's
Okay,
on Netflix. And
great.
just to give y'all a little
Yeah,
taste, one of
yeah.
the headlines for CNN says
Okay.
it wasn't not racist.
Ooh,
So, speaking to
ooh,
Abercrombie, all their
yeah,
models were white.
yeah,
Everybody was
yeah.
white.
Seems right.
Um, you know, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
And
yeah.
him giving more indication of like how uppity Abercrombie was is that they say, I felt unworthy just walking by the store, which is like, I'm so sorry. I just, forgive me, I'm going to walk quickly. It'll be interesting. I'm so excited to hear how this all shakes out. What's interesting about Netflix is that goes right into my story that
Hmm.
Netflix apparently is like they're Netflix, so they're
Hmm.
doing fine. But comparative to previous years, they are losing viewers by the thousands,
Hmm.
like a lot, in a way that there's like as they look at their graph and it is slowly
Oh,
dropping
yeah.
because there's so many other good streaming services with incredible content on it.
Hmm.
So they're obviously their membership base. What they have been doing previously is that they've been raising the cost of the membership. And I think
Hmm.
they're finding that like, yep, that is one, it's their content. We're having a little bit of trouble keeping up with like prestige content. The other thing that is happening is that everybody else is charging $5 and you guys are charging 15. I'm good. I don't need it. So what they're
Yeah.
doing, and that we don't know exactly how this is going to be rolled out, but they're going to start to bring in advertising. So your favorite Netflix shows will now have commercials in between. Yep, that's the right face to make, Sarah. And then of course, they've got the option for you to opt out of the commercials, but that will cost you. That will be a pretty penny.
Just like
So
Hulu.
exactly. So what they're hoping to do is bring back all of the viewers that they lost when they started spiking the prices. Like, oh, we've dropped it now. If you want to do the ad price, it's back down to $7.99. But once you start rushing, you're going to hate those ads, and then we're going to get you for the 15, which we initially said that we were going to do.
Exactly.
Netflix. And
Yeah, but like
yeah,
I mean, streaming is everything. When was the last
okay.
time you watched cable? You know what I mean? Like
Last time you were at a
nobody.
hotel. Yeah.
Exactly. Like
Right.
when I'm at my parents' house,
Mhm.
I'll watch it because they
Sure.
have CNBC with Shark Tank, which is like my favorite show ever.
Right.
And my
It's the
mom and I
best.
will watch it. And
I
we'll
love
watch
it.
like the home improvement shows. But um oh, we got to do a house hunter segment. Anyways,
Yes, please.
let's do that.
Yes. Mhm.
That's my
Yeah.
dream.
Make a note.
Uh,
Sarah.
yeah. But yeah, it's totally, I mean, Peacock, your favorite
I love it.
subscription,
Mhm.
there's no commercials. I like Shutter.
Yeah.
I also think of it as the not Renee streaming service because it is all scary movies
Oh,
and
scary.
horror things.
Thank you.
So it is something Renee will never have.
Mm-mm. No, please.
But
No,
is what,
please.
yeah, but there's no commercials. And a lot of the reason why I watch Netflix is because there's
Sure.
no commercials.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it makes sense. And I do that, like, Netflix has had a tricky past as far
just a
as being
little.
consumer friendly, they're client friendly group, and of course it's the bottom line for them. Of course it is. So I understand like you have to stay competitive, but it
Yeah.
is a bit of an interesting thing that Netflix, who was known for no commercials, will now start having commercials. And I'm also curious about the other streaming services that don't have that. So HBO doesn't have it, Disney doesn't have
Mhm.
it, Amazon Prime doesn't have it.
Yup.
Is that will commercials like eventually weave their way into all of this? It'll be wild. Wild to
It'll
see
be a little.
how fellow streaming services take note, or if we're just gonna be like, "No, Netflix, absolutely not. You're out."
Mhm.
I don't think
I
that's
mean,
coming.
Netflix is the OG, you know? I mean, they're
Really. Yeah,
really the OG, so,
yeah,
and but now, like, I even have Paramount Plus,
of
like,
course. Yeah. Right.
I mean, how
Because you
else will
gotta
I
watch your
watch?
shows.
Yeah, that's what I use to just watch, like, reality trash.
Yeah. That's
Gross.
no, you're doing it right. You're doing it
Yeah.
properly. Gosh, I was gonna say one more thing about Netflix with the streaming, but now it's gone. Now I've lost it.
Okay.
I got no more, no more. Oh, and here's what I was gonna say is that I am constantly inspired slash reflecting on myself. I hate conflict so much
Oh,
that if I see
no.
somebody doing something, meaning like if somebody else were to do this back channel show, and they did it well. If it wasn't forced upon me, I'd be like, no, they're doing it. That's right. No, they've got it covered. The notion that industry has of just like they're doing it and I'm going to do it better. I wish I
Exactly.
had that. God, I wish I had that. It's just so interesting that if I were to watch, if I were in charge of TV and I saw Netflix doing it, I was like, oh well, they've got it covered, and then I would be out of business within 6 months. But luckily, I'm not in charge, and so other people are just like, no, we're going to do it. And we're going to do it better. The
Exactly.
American dream, baby.
Oh, goodness. Well, speaking of America,
Mhm.
I have a little story.
Please.
This is about plastic surgery in prisons and
Huh.
how, yeah, so
Okay.
a lot of, injuries people might get in prison are facial. A lot of times, people have trouble getting jobs because of these. And
Right.
Professor Thani Chaiwat,
Okay.
director of Chula Oncorn University Center for Behavioral and Experimental Economics,
Great.
investigated the pattern of people not being able to get jobs after prison. He tested a theory. He sent digitally beautified mugshots and unedited mugshots to 450 companies alongside questionnaires annotated with variables like salary expectations and career experience.
Okay.
And employers were substantially more likely to hire the photoshopped applicants for like the under. Oh, yeah, yeah. We're more likely to hire like the photoshopped applicants for the under the table jobs and
Right.
favored them even more for jobs in that were more like formal. And
Mhm.
the touched up candidates also received higher salary offers.
Mm.
So yeah, so this has been
Okay.
going on for a while, like the changing of your physical appearance when you get out
Right.
of prison to get better
Right.
jobs. Now,
Right.
I'm not in HR. Well, James isn't in HR. He's DEI,
Sure. Yeah.
diversity, equity, and inclusion. So I really would love his opinion on this. He was supposed to do this story, but I took it over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He said it should be reported on. I was like, yeah, you're right.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just interested as to what you think about this, what the Get On Uppers think. Like, would that be? Is this
Right.
something that really needs to be discussed about how because
Yeah.
in reality, we do have a lot of biases
Sure.
in we do have a lot of biases in this
Yep.
world, and we
Yep.
have to recognize our own. But you know, like
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a very interesting thing, and I think Jam is so good about saying, like, we all have our blind spots, and
mhm.
I definitely remember and this is, you only know what you know until you were told better.
Exactly,
So there's
exactly.
an element of this that applies to this story, but of course I used to be a server, of course I used to be, and I remember being a little bit more catering to the hot table. A little
Yeah.
bit like if people were there, if my table was all very attractive people and I was intimidated and I was like, yes, what can I do for you and how can I do it? And I hope that goes back to like tribal thing somewhere in my DNA. That wasn't my choice to be like, oh, I should be more catering to attractive people. But somewhere in us, we have a attractive people who have symmetrical faces are higher valued. So I guess it's you want to throw yourself into the mix. Like me too. I also did it, and I don't know why we do that. And so now I guess the thing to be done is, yep, I have that gut instinct of for whatever reason I've been trained to be like, oh, cater to this person. Be like, if you're just doing that because they're hot, stop, and let's see what we can do to have equality in there. I don't have an answer. I just have an acknowledgement that yes, that happens, and God, I hate it. I hope that we can all be more aware and stop making those choices. The salary thing is so tricky, but I did the same thing. I also was just like, please like me, please like me. It's weird as well.
That's how I got this job. I was just like,
Yeah, you
Renee and
did.
James,
Yeah, you
please
did.
like
'Cause you're hot.
me.
'Cause you're hot.
That's why they hired me, because I am the
Right.
hotness
'Cause you got
of
exactly.
this.
Always your
I mean,
looks.
look at this face.
You and yeah,
Ugh,
truly, yes,
no.
you are a very, very attractive person. But I think there is the notion of Jessica Biel saying that she was, we reported this months ago, like losing out on jobs because she was too attractive. But they're like, it is
That's my eye
upsetting.
roll.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I
But
lose out on
upsetting.
jobs because I'm too
Yeah,
attractive.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm
It's
sure you do too.
of course, all the time. Oh my
Everyone's
goodness.
just like, sorry, Renee, we can't hire you. Oh, you'll be a distraction. You're
Yeah,
too hot.
well.
I mean,
Anytime I don't hear back from a job interview, a date, I was just like, well, that's the curse of being hot, I guess. Not at all true.
that's
Um,
exactly what it is.
yeah. But gosh, that's such an interesting slash sad
Yeah, right?
thing. Yeah. I guess the solution for right now, the next step is be aware and don't do that. Is the next
Exactly.
the
Well,
next
also,
step.
I think,
Yeah.
it's up to us to do the work. And I
Mhm.
think, if you're in a position of power to hire somebody, obviously we're not going to hire someone just like because or whatever, but, let's be aware of the biases that we might have and,
Yeah.
hire someone because they're qualified
Right.
and, really look at everyone.
Yeah.
And yeah, and especially like getting out of prison, it's already hard enough to find a job. People are
Right.
already have biases of being like, oh, you were a criminal, like you
Right.
were in prison, like
Yeah.
all that stuff. So it's already harder. And then like adding, being like, oh, well, you look like you were in prison and you're this. So you know what I mean? It's already set it. We're already setting these people up for failure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't like it. I don't like it at all, and
Exactly.
I hope that we can all be better. I will cleanse our palate with the next story. So we reported that Jennifer Garner had her 50th birthday yesterday.
Ah,
Happy birthday to a Jennifer Garner. And she has posted a post on Instagram sort of acknowledging the birthday, but also offering some wisdom in a
okay.
very, very sort of like Jennifer Garner way, in that she says, happiness is our own responsibility.
Hmm.
Wisdom for our mom. So this is sort of a foreshadowing to eventually, in a few minutes, we'll get to Wednesday wisdom. I think Sarah probably has one more story. Then this is just a preview of Wednesday wisdom.
Hmm.
But is basically saying that happiness is your own responsibility. The life that you're living while you wait for the grade, the college, the job, the relationship, your actual life. Because I am, oh God, I'm so susceptible to that. Of just like, I'll be happy when. I'll be happy when. I'll be happy when. I'll be happy. And time and time and time and time and time again. I will get that thing. And I tell you what, it's the exact same. It doesn't change anything. You're happy for a little bit, and then it all dilutes. So I think there is so much truth to being grateful, being appreciative for where you are now, and you can't outsource that. Try that, oh I may, to blame it on other people. You gotta sort of look within. She goes on to say that I think it's really important to look in the mirror less. Speaking of the old face, and it's kind of what I tell people. Just spend more time looking out instead of looking in the mirror. Focus on what you can do for other people. And I swear it'll make you feel prettier and make you feel better about yourself. It's pretty good wisdom. It's pretty good wisdom.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Oh, love
No.
her.
Yeah.
Love
And I
her.
think, especially when you hit those milestone birthdays, it's probably a reflective time that I think could send you into an ego spiral of mortality, life, but to just be like, no, this is what I've learned in my 50 years. It's you have to generate it from the inside, and you have to be kind.
Well, for anybody listening right
Yes.
now, I do want to say I came to New York thinking I was going to be a Broadway stage manager. I was going to do theater. And then I turned 30 and I was just like, oh my God. And now I'm a podcaster and I changed my career, and it's never too late. You can do whatever you want. You can, sorry, someone just joined the stream and I was like, who are you? You weren't invited to this party. This is private. It's never too late. So I think, that's very good advice from Jennifer Garner. You really want to, and now I am at the ripe age of 32, living my dream, just a baby.
Yeah.
Renee, you're not that much older than me.
It's true. Sure, but I do love to call anyone who's even an hour younger than me a baby.
If you were, how old are you, Renee?
So old, 43. Can you believe that? I know. It's okay. It's all right.
Okay.
I want
Renee,
to
drop
tell
the
you
skincare routine immediately.
You tell us right now. You must let us know. I am clinging on to being that geriatric millennial, but a quick Google search will be very quick to tell you that I'm a Gen X baby. By the hair of my chinny chin chin. But just me and the grunge kids hanging out with Jennifer Garner with our wisdom and our like, listen, we've been through a lot. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh my
goodness.
And
it is true. The older you get, the more you're like, I don't care.
That's so true. That is so true. In my 20s, I was like, and now,
it doesn't matter. Everything's
gravy,
baby.
Oh my goodness, Renee, you're my favorite 43-year-old.
Thank you so much.
And
happy to be.
Happy to be. I would have said 35. Or like 33.
That.
I honestly
very kind. I think most of that is my immaturity, but I will take that, and I appreciate it very, very much.
You're welcome.
Yes, we do have a segment called Wednesday Wisdom, in which you will give us Jam's advice that we will be holding on to in his absence. But if you like, there's so many good stories here. Are there a few more that you want to cover of this happened?
Yeah. Let's talk about our least favorite state.
Sure.
Florida.
Exactly. Anybody from Florida? Oh, Clark, like, with the exception of you, Clark. You're perfect. Clark, you're wonderful.
Rick DeSantis is the reason we can't have nice things. Let's say that. Let's just,
what's going on?
They're real mad at Disney. But that's for another day. Now they're trying to ban math textbooks because they might have something to do with critical race theory or be too woke. When I'm doing trigonometry, I'm just like, wow, this is too woke. This is too progressive for me.
I am genuinely just curious about this. Walk me through how. How are they saying?
Yeah. So, oh God.
Okay.
They submitted 132 textbooks for review.
Okay.
And like, what was it? 54 were rejected, and 71% of those materials were for elementary school. Okay. And they didn't and they said that it was too sorry, I'm so angry at this.
Yeah, no, I get it. I would also be. I would also have a hard time with it.
We should not be policing education like this. It should be, they just called it too woke. Culturally responsive teaching.
Yeah.
They don't want that.
It's just so interesting. Like, you're saying so many words, but I still have the question of show me where. Show me where. I will have this conversation with you. Absolutely. But you just got, you're saying it's too woke and no, but where? Just show me.
Like where? It's
Yeah.
already not woken. Like
Right.
yes,
I
when
get
I
you.
was in 5th grade learning fractions, the
Sure.
teacher thought to myself, "This is too woke.
Right.
This is,
Okay.
it's just too much. How
Gosh.
dare they make us do the improper ones?" That
Yeah.
is, I mean, what are they
I
gonna?
just
That's what made me vote for Bernie Sanders. Learning the
can't
improp.
put it together. Right. Okay. All right.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, oh God. Oh
Yeah.
God.
A curious thing to be sure that is just like, well, I just don't understand what is happening, but okay. I
Okay.
oh, excuse me. Oh, Tugboat has something to say. Tugboat even
Tugboat.
was just like, I don't understand either. Explain yourself. Let me know. Yeah, you heard something? Forget. Listen, Tug. It's so. Isn't it funny? And do we have any other dog owners in the Get Up channel? Isn't it funny how they can tell time? They know exactly when the show is about to end. They know when it's breakfast time. They know when it's dinner time, and they will let you know.
Oh
It's
yeah.
only 8:46. You have 4 more minutes. Doesn't care for it. Doesn't care for on the days that it doesn't
Should
go to
we
campus.
move on to Wednesday wisdom?
Yes, please. I would love nothing more. Just real quick to sort of button it, Tim is saying that just because a math problem is difficult doesn't mean it's woke. Tim, please
Exactly.
become a comedy writer if you are not already. I suspect that you might be. Everything you say is so smart and so funny. Yes, just
I
because it's
mean,
difficult
same
doesn't mean it's
sentiment, Tim.
woke.
That doesn't mean
Yeah,
it's woke. It
yeah.
just means I hate math.
Yeah, that's all. That's all it means. Just because it's hard to
Yeah.
understand. Yeah, that's very funny. Love it. But yes, moving on to our Wednesday wisdom. Now, I think you teased, and let me know if I heard this properly, that you have wisdom from Jam himself.
Um, I have a few
Okay.
wisdomy things that from my
Yes.
mom actually.
Yes. I'll take
Um,
it. Great.
uh, be where your feet are. Be where your feet
Ooh.
are.
Ooh, that is good. I love that. That it just be present, but it's such a lovely way to say such a thing.
Mhm.
That's
Be where your
great.
feet
Be where
are.
your
That's
feet
what
are.
my mom
Yeah.
always says. Be
We
where
will
your
be
feet are.
imploring that. Okay.
Mhm.
Great, Mom. Nice work. Mama Sarah? Is that what does she go by?
Yeah. Jane. That's my mom's
Jane.
name.
Okay, Mama Jane. Mama Jane's wisdom.
Yeah.
Yes. Be where your feet are.
Mhm.
Okay. Gotcha. I would love to hear more. Mine is a little sassy. Well, no, you know what? Let's button it because I bet your other one is like good and sincere and something that is.
Mhm.
So my wisdom is from Anne Lamott, one of my very favorite writers, speaking about people saying, well, you can't, just because I was mean to you, you can't say that. You don't have the right to say that. She very eloquently has a quote that goes, if people wanted you to speak warmly about them, they should have behaved better. And Lamont, and Lamont, and
Ooh,
Lamont. It's my story
and
now. It's my story now. Yeah, I would say lovely things about you if you were lovely, but you weren't. So this is what happened. Great. Great, 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 great. I'm just like, you don't be bullied. You don't owe anybody anything. You get
Mhm.
to report what happened. So
Mhm.
people wanted you to speak more warmly about them. They should have behaved better. And Lamont with the wisdom. We love it. I don't have
Mhm.
anybody I'm mad at right now. Just in general, I like that. Pretty
Oh
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
My next wisdom and the last
Yes.
one comes from Denzel Washington.
Yes.
He was on the Desus and Mero show,
Okay.
which I enjoy from time to time, and
Sure.
he said, "We are given a gift.
Mm.
By the grace of God, we were put here on this earth and given a gift that we were meant to put to the world because you give gifts to others."
Yeah.
Um, and he said, "You're here to help pass on your gift, and the
Mm.
U-Haul doesn't follow the hearse."
Ooh. Ooh, that is fantastic. Yeah, you can't take it with you.
You
You
can't take
gotta
it with you.
give it while you're here.
So,
Yeah,
like get as this gift that we all have, our
right.
talent, pass it on, teach.
Mm, mm, mm. I absolutely love it. That's fantastic. Denzel, so good, so good.
I know,
Okay.
right? Oh,
And let's end with some jam in honor of him.
Okay.
Some jam wisdom.
Jam
Wherein
wisdom.
he
Ooh, I
says,
got a jam
oh,
wisdom.
jam wisdom. Okay, yeah. Okay. Mine is silly. He said so
Okay.
many actually wise things. This is silly. And I quote, I love a con and a scam.
Yeah. Call and a con.
Wait,
Call
yeah,
and a con.
a call and a scam. That's exactly, and I quote, I was reading it from his thing, a cult and a con. A cult and a con. But that's how I quote people. I'm like, yeah, I get the gist. I guarantee that Anne Lamott quote is miles
Yeah.
away from what she actually said. But I get the gist. I get the gist.
Oh, yeah.
I love a cult and a con. Yes.
What does he also say? God don't like ugly.
Yeah. Ugh, hilarious. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and yeah, he also says get into therapy before it's
sweet.
too late.
So many good quotes from that one.
I know,
love it.
right?
And sweet, get on uppers. Sarah, you have been an absolute delight. This is truly, you have followed Denzel Washington's suggestion to a T. It was such a pleasure to experience the gifts that you have to give to the world. You are fantastic at this. Part of me is like, you should replace me. You and Jam should be doing the show.
No, we just talk about cults the whole time. It was
I can work on that. Okay,
no one would listen. No one would listen.
More than fair. Get on over. It is about time for us to get you out of here, but we have things to say before you do. Again, you were watching Get On Up. We would, if you can, if you have a moment, please leave the show a review by going to backchannel.tv and hitting the leave a review button. Not only can you can not only use that for like reviews of here's what I thought about the show, but you can also give us suggestions of what you would like us to do in upcoming segments. And Sarah, that is not all. There is plenty right here on Backchannel.
What else?
Anthony Davis. We had him on the show yesterday. He's so charming. What a guy. We love him.
He's great.
Followed by that is your pal Hal. Then we got Mario Smith. And then tomorrow is Thirsty Thursday.
Oh,
right
boy.
On our show. So you gotta come back. Sarah and I are gonna tell you all the things we're thirsty for, things that are happening in the news. I think Family Feud is Friday. Is that right?
Family Feud is Friday.
Okay.
Tomorrow is Aladdin.
Come on. Great. Okay.
Tomorrow is Aladdin fun facts.
We're gonna have the best time.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Thank you for having me on the show today.
You were the very best. I'm so excited. Again, Sarah will be back again tomorrow. So we got Sarah for 2 days, and then Jam will be back on Friday. Get on uppers. You are the very, very best. Hope you have the greatest day. You have been watching Get On Up. I am Renee Colvert.
I am Sarah Brown.
And you
just get on up. Bye.
Have a great day, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.